with their consistent. They're playing with the new player as well.
I mean, their new players are 5, which is maybe easier. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's like it's hard because your mid player is like the guy that makes your big plays. And I think Iceberg was like good.
Yeah. Might be a personality thing, right?
Yeah.
You never know.
And Ergon is like, if your mid player is like, yes, my specialty is Pugner, it feels a little less confident than a guy that can just bring out a spirit and make life for you.
Spirit, Invoker, Lina, Iceberg could do all, but we've yet to see that from Ergon just yet. Granted, only the one game as we get into the next draft.
Luckily, game number 2 draft is underway with those pretty stable bans coming out there in the first phase. I think.
No Weaver ban from Virtus Pro as well, considering they have the first pick.
Them because they don't.
Yeah, but VP play it all that much, so it's like, are you really going to be considering it? I like the fact.
Instead they're like, okay, Queen of Pain,
I like
can't deal with that.
Pain much more, and actually they end up picking it. Okay.
Yeah, so I would personally advise Empire. I feel like the problem with the Brood and the Pugner is they're both heroes don't like to play behind. So maybe like if you, like I said, if you're not confident on your ability to execute well, then you should probably pick heroes that are, like have more options when they're behind. Or
like, what sort of examples?
I mean, anything. Like if you pick a Mars, for example, like that hero is always going to do. If you lose your lane really hard, you still have Arena. Contribute and
area control,
exactly.
Something.
Yeah, like you offer a stun. It's like that alone, it makes you more valuable than a Brood from behind.
Prevents the enemy from going into a ranged core as well, right?
Yeah.
Like the arena for the stop. Doom, similar sort of thing. Like you might have a terrible game, but you have some form of gold gaining potential with the Devour. You're probably going to get a Midas, and you've got the Doom.
10 seconds remaining.
Everything I've been told says that sad to play in Vayne, leave in lane, so like flex it to a 5 or something. Coda's like, yeah, I play it, bro. He played really well last game, by the way. They the one thing the Brood did all game was block camps, and Luna was still able to play on like the enemy's jungle and like lane because Dakota was like there.
He was stacking the Radiant jungle.
He was,
Luna could farm. Yeah, he was doing a really good job. But to be fair, Bane was like one of the 2 heroes that are like meta currently. So the fact that they allowed him to get that was a little surprising to me. Bane or Disruptor with a 2. Get the Bane, which is clearly the stronger one. This time around, obviously, Team Empire have it, so we'll see if it is going to be that Weaver position 5, or if it's going to be another one of these more unorthodox.
The Lina coming down is this one most likely going to expect to see in mid?
Yeah, I would say so.
That hero's so bad as a form. Funny. It's actually miserable.
I mean, just seeing her go mid, she's absolutely so insane. So you've even seen her in some unfavorable matchups, and she's well, and
there are very few.
I was about to say, is there any such thing as an unfavorable matchup?
Not 1v1.
That's why I say unfavorable.
Yeah. Not 1v1, but like maybe other people ganking because you don't have a natural escape and you ask. See if Team Empire look to change that around. Obviously, the Spirit Breaker has been taken out of the equation, but something else that's able to roam in and do a lot of aggressive damage. You know, what could be good? I mean, it's not meta exactly, but a Tusk can be quite nice. A Clockwork can be quite nice.
Do you ever favor the Dawn for something like that because of the ult, or is it have to wait so long?
It needs to be early. It needs to be before you get a lot of that big damage coming out through the likes of the Laguna Blade that can just like, oh, you're ganking me, you're just dead anyway, right? So I feel like, yeah, just something that's able to get aggressive, as well as, you know, you've got a Bane, right, to be able to set up for these longer duration stuns. So we saw that game, Zakota getting that Nightmare into the Fiend's Grip to get 2 people, enable GPK to come in and get the double searing chains. Like combinations like that, I feel like you need to make happen. And if you can make it happen with a support duo without needing a core, that's even more.
Well, I'm surprised a little bit by the Lina pick, just because the way her iron progression goes. I mean, it's fine into Doom, right? Because if she gets Doom, she can play it. Because most Linas nowadays, they go Shadow Blade
and they'll keep their Fiery Soul stacks as well. Yeah,
but like something that I see that's in the pool and would have been nice potentially is OD. OD is a hero with so much save, especially when it tags. I think if you pick a core, if you pick OD plus like a core that can buy like a Sanjin Kaya or Sanjin whatever, then you have the status resistance. The 2 Astral should be enough to actually just keep.
Yeah.
I've seen in the past, I think it was literally Empire that took a game from PuckChamp. PuckChamp played the Doom, and Empire are the ones that ran a OD plus Oracle and we're able to like keep everyone completely safe. Like Doom was basically a non-factor.
Did they not just still run it in the offlane position, VP?
What the
OD.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like they could pick it. I'm just saying, like Lena doesn't buy the Sanj items, right?
Yeah,
so she's at risk, basically. But I mean, I don't think it's bad. I think it's fine. But like that's like one way you can go about playing around Doom.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could go something like the OD and then maybe more of a saving support, which does fit Zakota's playstyle a little bit more as well. So for that healing potential, whether it be an Oracle or an Abaddon, obviously VP like to play the Abaddon anyway, so it wouldn't be terrible, and it's a good way to be able to counter out the Bane as well with that Nightmare.
Yeah, I would. I think a saving support of any kind, like Zakota plays Oracle, right? So that would be great. But the only thing it lacks when you pick that is because you took Lena, you have like. Your game becomes very hard because you don't have a frontliner. If they're double picking here, I want to see like some type of frontline plus maybe that's what they want to do. Or they could decide that they want to go really hard on the aggressive and take like vision plus disruptor, or
that's kind of both,
vision.
right? Frontline and save a little bit, you know.
Yeah, Undying.
Pop the flesh golem, pop the tombstone, soul rip people.
I think that makes Empire's teamfight really hard actually. The Undying. I think that's a really they can play really effectively on VP. They put the tombstone down, and Doom and TA like struggle really hard to like navigate the fights.
As well, like TA, you want to be doing, you know, 1500 damage a pop, right, with all of your crits, but you get the zombies, you get the tombstone, and you've got the scarabs that you have to deal with. Doesn't matter how hard you hit, you just need to hit a lot of times as well. So TA severely reduced in effectiveness against two of these big team fight abilities.
What is a really good counter? Right? I'm starting to see Undying pop up in a lot of my own pub games, and it's like, what is going to be the best counter, especially to to tie up to.
They should pick some Honor, hit the tombstone.
Or snap, but there's nothing really holding people in place, and I don't like that Grimstroke.
I think it makes Doom lane a lot easier, and I
forgot Soulbind Doom. That game.
Yeah, they have double Doom, and it makes his lane easier.
10 seconds remaining.
Hero with wave clear as well, which they lack on like Doom and Bane.
5 seconds remaining.
Which is nice for them to be able to like defend their towers.
I'm just thinking about how they take team fights personally.
Yeah, they take team fights by initiating. I think it doesn't matter if you get a really good tombstone down. If two heroes on VP,
You're
hard to
doomed.
fight.
Yeah.
You are doomed.
And they have like ways, like when you Doom and like your TA like jumps in with all the damage, it's like, I don't know, it feels like if they get the jump, it's good. And they can do Roche really well, TA. So right now, like they're kind of fulfilling a lot of things that they need in a draft.
So it looks like, well, I mean, honestly, a lot of these bans are probably going to be similar styles of heroes with the last phase, because into a Mars and a Doom, you just want to not get bodied into the lane. So Monkey King's already removed from the pool, Ursa's being gone now. Wouldn't surprise me to see some sort of range, perhaps, particularly for Empire to be banning out here, so they get rid of the Medusa. Wouldn't hate to see the Drow go as well. Like, you've got the Mars to protect you, you've got the Undying to protect you as well for the laning stage. I think it'd be fine.
Medusa would have been a decent counter to the Undying Tomb. Hit it.
Been nice. But VP are the ones that are more likely to be picking it up anyway, right? So it makes it a little odd. I mean, you could still just opt to go for one of these heroes that has the illusion-based potential as well, because against a Bane, there's not really anyone else that's able to stop the Nightmare. Really, like, you do need multiple heroes in the team fight, and if you're able to just use for that purpose, then it's going to.
What do you feel? Something you'd like to see?
I'm just thinking like if what VP are missing is.
What about a PL?
Yeah, like PL would. I mean, lane should be fine for PL.
Scorched Earth's annoying. You've got Stroke of Fate, which is able to do a lot of damage if you get a lot of those illusions. And it is relying quite heavily on DM's Mars to get that great initiation, so it catches out both of the...
5 seconds.
So, but I mean, honestly, how many position ones are there in the pool that want to also be that frontline presence, you know, be able to help initiate? It's basically just Spectre, and it's not really a good Spectre.
This is VP, right? So if we're looking at Pure likes playing Razor, Pure likes playing Clinks.
What about
Pure likes
Razor?
playing Sniper. Are any of these heroes good? I don't think it's like worst game for some of them.
It's not a bad
Razor
Razor
is
game.
pretty great actually.
Yeah.
Um,
As long as you're just super quick on either locking down the Bane or canceling the Nightmare whenever it's used.
there's his signature Clinks is gone.
Team pick.
I thought I had a fever dream when like you mentioned Clinks. I'm like, mentioned that earlier, but you were saying that it is something that.
Yeah, Razor makes total sense. Right? Like in the laning stage, good against the Doom, at least until he gets a couple of points in that Scorched Earth. If he can get the phase boots, maybe you can run away. But later on, of course, TA, Doom, not really too much that you can do. And again, it's just going to be on the rest of the team to be able to control up that Bane, so you don't get good value out of the Nightmares.
Yep.
What has Empire have? I mean, is this going to be a safe lane TA as well, or in the mid lane? Like,
I think they won it against Lee.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of mids that do well. It's kind of skill based. Like I think Tia can struggle against Lina mid, and it's going to be GPK on Lina, which is a little bit scary. I do on the other hand like TA into Mars lane just because it's harder for him to wear you down because of fraction. But it's I think they put it. I think they pick it. I'm just trying to think what they need.
needs to be something with high base damage that's able to
Okay, they're
gonna
happy
say-
putting TA carry. That's fine.
try and bully the Mars out instead of letting him bully you.
Which draft are you guys more happy for?
Oh,
Yeah?
My like, things can go very right in terms of team fight setup if they're able to get the initiation on Team Empire, and the Storm Spirit just gives you that extra potential for that, right? You've got Inkswell plus Storm Spirit diving in onto the backline, so if you're able to, for example, get the Weaver or the Undying before the team fight even begins, great win for you. I think I agree completely with what Sheep was saying before, in that it's going to be heavily around the vision game and where you take these teams, how it ends up.
yeah. When I look at VP's lanes, Lina's probably going to win mid against Storm. Razor's going to win top against Doom.
a
Mars
great Mars
always,
player.
regardless of that, Mars is just so solid in lane. Like he's going to farm. So I think VP come out of the lanes like with much more net worth, and then
Yep.
I think they're a better team to be able.
Well, there's only one way to figure out if Empire is going to be able to strike back, or I did it, or if VP are going to be able to close out this series. We're going to hand on over to Lyrical and Trent, who are your casters for the game.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. The memes are never dead. They never truly die. As in that terrible last movie in that whole series of things. Trent, you were
Yes.
talking about TB as one of the answers, but you know what's better than TB?
What's better than TB?
You're just supposed to say it. It's TA.
Oh, I thought it was a
Just take
question. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Misa thinks they're gonna win.
Oh God, stop it. No.
Wait. Well, are we not doing those movies? Wait.
No. We actually
Oh,
hit
my
all
bad.
three. We hit all
Now
three
this
trilogies,
is
didn't
pod
we?
racing.
Yeah, there
think
it
we
is.
did.
That's the one.
Yeah, we'll go for the good ones.
But yeah, the TA as a ranged answer for the Razor, who, by the way, was like everywhere at the start of the series. Went on, or start of the like season. We go on a little break, come back, Razor's gone, and now he's back again, pure playing it.
Pure lightning.
All right, you gotta stop.
You are dead.
What? He's just. He is. That's what Razor is, isn't he? He's like the embodied. I don't know these lore things. It's pretty cool though.
Fair.
I like how Sand King is just a collection of sand. He's not anything
right.
else. He's just sand.
He's like the bad guy in the Spider-Man movie.
That's right. Mr. Sandman. Give me a dream. Bum 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 bum.
Okay.
Zoomers are like what?
It's not just Zoomers. That's
Yeah,
the old song.
some of the boomers are just like, what are you guys talking about?
Listen, that was the song that they chose to make it look old in Back to the Future, which was 40 years ago. Okay, we're struggling right now.
I sense a connection.
Ah, well,
man.
perfect. Luckily, as we all know, Dota will never die, so we'll just do that again another 40 years. It'll be great.
Perfect.
The retirement home LAN parties are going to be sick. We got to get that LAN integration figured out before it's too late here.
That's true. The time will come.
Yeah, eventually, these servers can't hold up forever.
What do you think, man?
Chris, but then we'll have pocket servers. It'll just be, no, we're not getting into this. No. Fine, what? What do you want to talk about? This game?
We're like a whole minute in, and we haven't said one thing about this game beyond TATB. So we're doing great right now. Man, Coda put the pressure onto Ghost Stick. I was, thinking back to a lot of the time that I remember Ghost Stick in his heyday. And though he doesn't have many games on it, I felt like I consistently saw him on Doom. So I'm hoping to see something good for him this time, as opposed to the last game where that Brood really struggled.
What's my Ghost Stick hero? Probably Axe, I think, is what comes to mind, I guess, in my head. The guy was a beast. A lot of people probably don't know if you haven't watched, because like, when was he like really beasting? Was that like 3 years ago?
2017 was when they went to TI.
God, holy shit,
Yeah.
that's a long time ago. But like, he was considered probably one of, if not the best offlaner in the region. Like,
Yeah.
he was pretty popular. Like, he was some of the people who like didn't watch the region that much would still know about.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like he was very, very strong. Oh, TSA not looking so strong here.
No, that's going to be a rundown. Does get the tombstone, though. So a little bit of extra gold for the first blood.
That was a very good play by TSA for a couple regions.
You can run.
If you are being chased by Razor and you are probably going to die, please don't run next to your core. Because what's going to happen is that you're going to die, and then this Razor, who's all juiced up, is going to get, like, either kill your core or get, like, 2 or 3 free right clicks for, like, 100+ damage this early in the game. And that's pretty brutal. Okay.
Nice little deny there to the tower.
Oh, he actually, yeah, but he almost got the courier, too. That was almost double value.
Damn. That would have been height. A lot of pressure up top so far. Actually, all of these lanes looking very good for Virtus Pro off the bat. As we were anticipating, Lina doing quite well mid, 17-7 versus the 10-0 so far. Aragon, so definitely struggling. A couple of range creep denies there as well. That is going to hurt. Already about, what, half a level ahead of the Storm Spirit. I have to watch on that.
That's pretty nice. Oh, look at that LSA too.
Mid?
Oh, that's so much damage.
Chase.
Oh, God. I mean,
almost
he's
enough.
probably gonna
Trying to
live,
go for an
but-
ult. Oh, when he gets himself up.
Stop!
GPK is crazy. That's the force all the way back to the base, but that
His courier.
also loses his courier. GPK. What have you done?
Dude, just take the win. I mean, you already annihilated him. Oh, well, it's fine. He misses a couple creeps. I gets back, actually.
I want to see how this ends up working out, because I mean, Aragon is completely wrecked mid now, right? Like,
Yeah,
he had to
look
walk
at all
all the
the
way back
network.
home. Damn.
He's below the Grimstroke right now in net worth.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Then down bottom, well, speaking of problems, they got Pure gonna get ran down. Ghost Stick finds the kill, and TSA trying to make something else happen here. The Tombstone still going to dismantle him, and actually it's Dying that gets the double kill.
Interesting. Man, that was a pretty beastly looking soul rip for level 1.
Joke.
He's just like, yeah, back to the tower.
He gives up his life yet again. Gone. Forced to sit there as how much gonna pushing him back the other direction. But one thing to keep in mind here is that they have already made the move over to bring a hero for rotation, so there's no bottle refill. They have to bring in the Grimstroke instead. TSA makes the TP in, and that's a bottle refill for Storm, who finally hits level 5. But you're halfway to level 6 on GPK.
Yeah, he's gonna need a lot of jungle help this game. And keep in mind, he of course has a Templar Assassin, so a little bit worrisome. Good news, they have the Bane. I feel like Bane is a good support in these scenarios because you can just like smoke up with someone, go grip, and get kills, and get back on the board. Doesn't really matter who else is on your team.
Radiant's bottom
Not just the laning stage that Bane excels in. I feel like that little like in like straight out of the lanes is also a really good time of the game for the hero.
That's
Up
gonna
top
be
though,
something.
big damage on the Lightless. Chase him right up towards the tower's edge. Got a spear on top there too. Just full pressure while you're just trying to last it.
Yeah, and I mean, Lightless is still having a pretty good game here. 29 last hits already, but you're seeing that they're not shutting down DM. And that's something that maybe is a bit concerning. I mean, how do you really shut down a Mars nowadays anyway, even with the Bane in your lane? Laguna Blade.
I just heard a zap.
Oops. You did.
It turns out not being a kill, because that is a raindrop. Does some good work.
Did he miss? I wasn't even looking mid.
Sure. Oda?
Oh, I'm checking that combat log. I'm getting in there.
All right, do it to it.
Oh no,
Let
he got
us know.
Lagooned. Just, you know, he took 400 damage. It's just he was at 700 HP, so it wasn't a big deal.
I mean, he does get forced back home.
I think that's all
another
he's doing.
back.
I really don't think he was trying to kill him. I mean, maybe like sure he was optimistic about it, but I think that's his goal. He just wants to keep ruining his game.
Yeah. Ghostic manages to find himself another kill. This is the sort of lane that is going quite well, I think, for Empire right now. That maybe wouldn't have anticipated. 30 last hits on Ghostic and already up to level 5. Jump in mid. Wants to find something. Remnant out. GPK turns, ready to fight a little bit more. They have the fairy fire. Is he going to be able to get her up? Yes.
Oh, that was
in the
sick.
stick charges. A turn. Looking for the finish. Aragon goes down. GPK.
Oh yeah,
what a player.
Tip. That's what tips are for. Oh man, he missed the LSA too. At least he forced out the dodge, but that was getting really close. Nice use of the fairy fires there, and that killed bottom too. That was a Inkswell into War Stomp there, so that's a pretty cool combo. Ooh,
I mean,
GPK, man, he is popping off this series. Looked so good on the Ember, and now just a free game right now. Also, did he just tombstone those ancients?
Yeah, he did. Koda's actually level 6 now. This Undying is, I think, higher net worth than the Storm. Yeah, that's what happened.
That is
He's
sick.
having a great game on this Undying, going for a Holy Locket first. What in the hell?
Wow, that was so bold. I love
Dude,
this guy.
I don't know if Ghostic can do this. Lightless goes down to Yamich. I thought that there might have been a rotation over. guess
I
we
know
do.
Karis TA.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower.
Looks like she got Lagooned.
Hey, make those moves over and over again. And in the meantime, they bring everybody to secure Storm Maroon, and it happens in Invis. Not what you want as a Storm Spirit.
Dire's top tower is under
I bet the comms are so quiet right now. This feels like
For
a
Empire?
quiet, yeah.
Yeah.
Like after that first game, and like I'm sure they can kind of feel that this situation's not looking so good. But they need someone to rally this team right now and just be like, okay, this is how we get back in this game. We need runes for Storm, and we need Fiend's Grips. That is our goal. We can kill anyone with those things. So that should be our plan. I mean, you have Inkswell Storm. They should be able to get kills.
Right. Ghostic there going to TP out.
are fortified.
He was looking to make something happen, and there were like some heroes of Empire nearby, but as soon as he gets linked up there, he has to get out. But we'll see if they can make this move. You called for it, Inkswell Storm. GPK sitting mid, but Aragon shows himself on the lane, and likely not going to go now.
I mean, they have a ward too, so he sees everything TSA is trying.
Meanwhile, up top, DM makes the move over with damage, and they are going to take down this tier 1 tower with no real contest.
Meanwhile, GBK is over farming the triangle, collecting the 2 bounty runes.
Yeah, that's big. God, he's got so much already. Laughing all the way to the bank. I have level 6 no, not yet for TSA. He needs to get that tome. I feel like they need some big double doom plays here to make this like comeback happen. It's a 4,000 gold lead at 9.5 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower
Gone
is under
completely off the rails.
Positives, the Storm is past the Undying now.
Sick. Good shots.
That's the measure of success in a Dota game, I think.
True.
Dire's top
GPK.
tower
Okay.
is under attack.
Nightmare. Trades over the Nightmare. And now...
Oh, hello.
Emma's there. Yikes. I mean, he saw them up there with the ward, too, so I don't know. That's just a rough one. Yeah, looking to put nail in the coffin here. Finds TSA, GPK, Laguna Blade, double kill. Now Lightless gonna get hit by the LSA, ran down. That's your carry, Empire. What's going on? Triple kill for GPK. This dude is a monster.
well, this is a extremely hard game now. All right, but we haven't even had a Fiend script yet, so I'm gonna try and stay positive and not suggest they GG. If they did GG, I wouldn't even be that surprised at this point. It's pretty tough, but if they can keep their mental strong, be a good team. This is still possible to come back. There's no doubt. It's gonna be hard for sure, but don't mega tilt. Got to use your tools. You haven't even used your tools yet. All right, break out the toolbox. Get some grips. Get some soul binds. This game can still be okay.
You sound like, you know, a dad talking to his kids, you know, telling them how to get it. You're working.
No,
you know,
when I talk to my kids, I say, like, use your words. Stop whining. you need to use your words. All right? Use your big boy voice.
There you go.
That's how I talk to them.
Than this.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, I mean, if I'm guessing the core players might need to use, you know, their non-whiny voices right now. And I don't blame them if they are whining, because this is pretty tough.
This is a tough one. And it keeps getting worse as time goes on. Every minute that's passed, they've gained another 1,000 gold lead over Empire. As just not really that many avenues for them to go down. God, and this Holy Locket already online for the Undying is just insane. Like, how do you kill these people? Fiend's Grip. Down bottom.
Fiend's Grip kill!
They find an opening.
Oh, please, please, please. Okay.
They get him.
All right, good. He had the worst stuff. We're good. Yeah.
Lowest hell.
Oh my God, Aragon ate a Laguna Blade mid, but does not get brought down. Lena's still hanging on to a regen afterwards. Yeah, he's got to go all the way back home.
I'm loving this strategy. Just chucking Lagunas out. Just angry.
Jump
DM?
in.
Oh, he's gonna
Finds
catch
him.
him. Stick.
Doom still not used.
Nightmare
Midas
save?
off cooldown. Get your Midas. Or just run away. That's fine too. Backs out. They're still trying to connect. GPK moving over and in. Spots out one. Looks for it. The spear's going to connect. They find that kill. Still looking for more afterwards. Tombstone down. Revealing everybody. Empire. Where are you at?
Oh.
It's on both of them. Oh no. They had nowhere to go.
You should run.
Talk about salt in the wound, man. Like, they're just trying to run, but you can't run.
It's nowhere left. He had a quality play. They couldn't get through though. Oh no. Damn, dude. That hurts.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yikes.
Will Hakoda repass Ergon? Will it happen right now with the Blink Spear? He needs something to spear him to.
Wow,
Oh,
there's
he
a
got him.
wall.
That's a good angle.
Damage. Oh my God. Run away. Sure.
Man.
Let him know how he feels about it.
That was a sick angle. I didn't think he'd have the distance to actually get that.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those like wall spears in the river end up looking a little bit weird. They don't always work. Feels like. Nonetheless, they get out. I mean, for all the struggling that Aragon's had, right? He's only died one time. I mean, he's had to walk back home over and over and over again. Oh my God.
He's getting the miles in. You know, he's got a step count way up today.
He's about to do it again, too. Oh my God.
At this point, they just shouldn't kill him. They should just let him walk home.
True.
Oh, they get a sentry down, but can't grab him.
Trying to bait.
Hook soon. They got him.
Team? DM? He's nearby. Sides. Oh, time lapse. Oh, if DM would have gone, he would have saved him. Oh.
That was double value. Yeah. By letting him get the time lapse off into the Inkswell stun, they just wasted his ulti. Genius. Bottom lane, though.
Place. This is the bigger one if they can get it. Can they kill him off? Lightless, nowhere left to go, and is going to get bullied down to death.
I kind of forgot Lightless was in this game. Not gonna lie.
Fair.
Oh, mid lane. Lakota! He's ulting and just running at Aragon.
Dude, this is like really hard to deal with.
Can we just change Undying's Aghanims to like toggle Flesh Golem somehow?
Ooh,
I just want to be this more often when I play this hero.
It's true. It
It's
is
so
very
satisfying.
grainy. Maybe just lower down the cooldown on it too, or something like that.
Yeah, but he's
Does
already
it?
kind of good.
Jumps in. They find GPK. This is huge. Can they kill him off, though? There's already team running over
so much
from
gold.
the right, and Soul Rip. Oh my god, he also has the Holy Locket. That's enough to keep him alive. TSA TPing out, but Ghostic, will he be as lucky? Dude, that was so much commitment. Oh, yeah.
Go zombies. Chase him to the end.
Where he is. Dude, they find him. What? They didn't have vision. It was the zombies the whole time.
Yo, respect the zombies.
That was awesome.
Hakoda carrying real hard this game, stealing the ancient stacks. You know, this TA could have been just a little bit richer right now. That Deso done so much earlier. Does have it now though. Unfortunately, they're already in the Roche pit. You know, it's only a 7K lead.
That's true. It's also only 16 minutes though.
Well, we're just not going to focus on that part.
Okay.
That's not helpful.
That's right. I think that's the important thing though, to try and like create that separation between those two things if you're Empire. Keep your mind on the positives, you know? You do have double doom, hypothetically. That can come out later. And when you're defending high ground, you know, that's when it's the best moment to fight. Right?
Right?
Okay.
Right. Perfect.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Well, Deso is done now. And, ooh, maybe a chance here. Good nightmare.
Nice nightmare. Damn, that was crazy.
Well, he's gonna get found and brought down.
Ulti for me? Question mark? Hit him.
There it is.
Yeah. At least he forced it out with that nice nightmare.
Nina
I'd probably say, oh, look at Pure. He's just running in.
I mean, what are you gonna do against this? Honestly, it like isn't an answer. Aragon, they have vision of him, but he also has a ward up here, which makes him feel a little bit safer. And instead, they're going up to try and find Ghost Stick, forcing him back. Pure appreciates what Ako's been doing this game. EM got him in the sights, both Kaori in the area. It's a little bit scary to go all in on this. Nightmare.
TM's just waiting though.
Rip. Throws the spear. Time lapse. Living. Doom afterwards, but Pure, they back out together.
Look at that synchronization.
Oh,
It's like they're winning the three-legged race, these guys.
Aragon tries to go now on to this Razor. Will it be enough? They missed the spear, and it is. Pure goes down. DM now trying to pig pull his way out of there, but the chase down is going to be enough. They went too far, and Empire end up punishing.
They even respect by just running away. They do not want to deal with this tombstone, even if they have the numbers advantage. They know they spend a lot to get those kills.
I mean, you know what's interesting about this? Like, we were sort of memeing about how far behind it is and all that stuff, but if you get that double doom off, like GPK went for the Scotty build, right? Like, there's no Lincolns there to protect it. There's no BKBs yet. It feels like there actually are ways that they can win fights on Empire.
Yeah, that was also like pretty spread out though from Virtus Pro. Like they got greedy with their Aegis. It was a very good tactical play from Empire to take advantage of the fact that they were spread out like that. But like, you know, GPK and Hakoda are anywhere near that. Like they were like almost completely on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
And they still almost got there in time to get the Soul Rip save onto that Mars.
It's a scary thing, that's for sure. And you definitely have to wait out. Like, that was the best case scenario. The fact that they got that while an Aegis was on Virtus Pro is insane.
Yes, that part's huge because it's letting them push out the lanes right now while the Aegis is still active on Virtus Pro, and that's going to delay like the more important push. They still have 2 minutes left on it, but probably just going to focus on grabbing the outpost here.
Ghost Stick, gonna be found and won't be brought down. Pure can't quite get enough damage out in time to kill him.
They're actually looking for a kill right now, I think, on Virtus Pro, because Hakoda just like left that outpost. Just like walked away from it.
Interesting. Courier goes down at the very least. I mean, the way that they're playing this on Empire is super interesting. Like, look at TSA and Aragon right now. They're on the opposite side of the map, just looking to cut waves and actually going to kill off this ancient stack. This is a good chunk of gold here.
And they know they're here too, because that's where they killed the courier. So they're just kind of hanging out, farming up all your stuff. And they're not getting a lot of pressure, really. They took the tier 2 mid already. That was great, but they've really lost quite a bit of their lead. Like, 2 or 3K of it right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is the thing that's super interesting about Virtus Pro, right? Like, we think about some of those earlier matches that they had, as we are going to see Virtus
He's
Pro
mana burning them.
background. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Dire's middle tower
Who needs a Centaur Stump?
Why does he have mana burn?
I don't know. That's
It's
a
only
weird one.
100. That must have been a misclick.
I mean, it was.
He's a blink dagger.
I don't
Oh
know.
wait, maybe there's a Lincoln's. Never mind. Maybe someone's going Lincoln's.
Jump in. Good Holy Locket. GPK still trying to keep this pressure on and punch down the tower to death. They will get tier 3 dead. GPK 20 seconds left now on this Aegis. Gonna make the decision to back out.
Ghostix Brain is just a little bit too big. I think he thought they were going to show up with the Lincolns for this fight. That's my theory. Because, like, why else would you have mana burn?
Right. Yeah, and the like need to get off, you know, the Lincolns.
Yeah.
It's like so important to them being able to win a fight.
All right, well, he's going to get the
just-
War Stomp now, so we're all set.
top tower is under attack.
This is we've seen games that have fallen apart with greater leads than this before. Pure thinking about jumping, goes in, Stomp is there, DM afterwards. Oh, the grip and the Soulbind together. They got them both caught to the side. The Doom is on the other side for Pure. Do they have enough damage though?
Mars bought back.
This is a little bit scary. TSA going to TP out, and Kaori gonna be the one that's left behind, but everybody else escapes.
Yo, I'm vac checking this Bane after. This guy's insane.
Oh, sick.
These grips, man. How? Like, they're actually, like that earlier Nightmare 2 and then that grip mid. This guy is so fast on the reactions. Very impressive.
I wonder if he precast it. He might have.
I didn't, well, I wasn't sure if they had the vision.
Right.
Because that's what I was wondering too. Because maybe they dewarded. That's probably what it was.
Yeah. Well,
That was
nonetheless, with all the abilities down, this is the real problem of the Empire lineup, is that like Virtus Pro can keep going and Empire very much can't if they don't have those abilities up. So this is still going to be a lane of racks in spite of like kind of winning that fight. Or at least not losing it detrimentally.
Ouch! So pain, so pain.
Wanna play with fire?
Yeah, the unfortunate counter, of course, to the Doom, and then thus the Soulbind Dooms will be that buyback or that Aegis, and just like running right back at you. So good for Virtus Pro to just not panic. Like, I think it's pretty scary to buy back that Mars there, and then only get like what, 1 kill I think when he came back on the Bane, and still turn it into a Rax like that. Sort of recognizing that, as frightening as that spell is, it's still really the only thing Empire have going for them right now.
This is one of those really interesting moments as well, like in these games where as hello and welcome back everybody, we're here. The thing I was going to say though is that's really interesting about this is like thinking about the dynamic of these two teams coming into it. Empire, they need to get this win to try and like stave off elimination, and for Virtus Pro, like it's pretty hard for them to get to the major at this point, I think, depending upon how it all works out, because they've played a lot of like those sort of the main people they have left to play are people that are already at the top. So we'll see how it goes. But if you can build some momentum here, maybe one of those later matches they can actually win and start putting some solid stuff together. There's a chance.
They just need to beat Team Spirit,
right?
Yeah. And then yeah, just win. If they just win their games, yeah, it's pretty tough. I mean, unfortunately, some of their opponents still have some of their weaker matchups, like PuckChamp, who's been playing very well, still has to play like Mind Games, obviously, who haven't won yet, or Unique. I mean, Team Unique, with their unofficial new name, and Hellraisers, who actually look pretty strong. So who knows? That should be very interesting too, to see how Hellraisers and PuckChamp goes later in the series. But Virtus Pro, yeah, they're just trying to stay in Division 1.
Exactly. And already with a 1-game lead and now going into this game number 2 with a 7k gold lead and a lane of racks taken, they're well on their way to doing it. But Empire still got some fight left in them. This BKB on Storm is going to be super important. And of course, just the vision that they get and then the fights that they take. This is what they're really looking for. Like, this has to work here. And unfortunately, they don't have Doom.
They are doing the right thing of taking a fight outside of their base and like on the other side of the map, though, right?
Yeah.
That is the more beneficial thing for you to do. Any vision. They see bottom. They probably know just based on their bottom vision that they've had that it's mostly top half. I thought maybe they'd smoke Radiant Triangle and catch someone going for that, but so they're just gonna kind of hold back a little.
Lakota saw a TA trap get placed down over on the top side of the river there, and I think that signaled to them, hey, they're smoked up. So everybody from Virtus Pro playing very safe, just gonna push in mid. Say, all right, you guys need to deal with your lanes eventually. So they will dodge any gank attempts coming from Empire. And likewise, Empire, they're going to TP and trying to fend top. Really?
I think they're just hoping that they won't suspect this, and oh geez.
God.
That was a little close.
Ghost stick. Whoa, man. Oh, God.
TSA is just like, oh please no.
That's a little terrifying. Else that's coming up soon. You got a regen rune on Storm. That's pretty good at the very least. Trying to push out this bottom side of the map. They do show Razor bottom, so they might try and go for a play now. And will they go for a smoke? They need to push one more wave, but Roche is getting taken. It's down to half HP already. Oh, this timing is brutal. Brutal. They smoke up and Roche is immediately gonna die.
I mean, they got their pressure, at least on the bottom lane and stuff, so... Oh, Shard's still in there.
It's going back for it.
Like, there's no way they let him keep this, right?
Surely not.
They're trying to pass it off to someone. Someone take this damn thing.
And there's a battle brewing. While that's happening, Ghost Stick gets linked up, full duration, doomed, but it's Doom that's doomed, and he dies. And now Spain is also gonna go down. Oh man, that hurts. That one hurts
the link off. Yeah, link off before Doom is just the worst feeling.
Yeah.
Obviously, Razor feels pretty good into Doom compared to most other cores.
They were like passing over the shard as pure like solo build.
Yeah, it's just like winning the fight, and they're all like managing their inventories. It's like when neutral items first came out.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, a second set of racks gonna go down, and Virtus Pro, they have just completely demolished from start to finish in this game. It has not looked particularly close.
No, they were just missing two of their cores. Like TA and Storm Spirit just did not have games today.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it really does feel that simple. Just like they absolutely crushed the lanes on Virtus Pro. They didn't make too many mistakes. Maybe it wasn't like a flawless mid and I guess can't really call it late game yet, but overall, I would say pretty clean stuff. A big shout out so far to Hakoda. If he's able to close this one out, though. That play to steal the Ancients, oh yeah. So look back at that as like one of the big swings.
Well, and that was set up because he got that double kill, right? Which is just like really good laning as well. So it wasn't just, you know, his good decision making, but seems like very good technical play too. Okay. Hanging on with that Aegis, and I was wondering if they're going to fully commit for tier 4s, but it looks like the call is go down bottom and just get that last tier 2 and take it over. Probably the right play. God, Empire. This has got to be the most depressing. What do you do here?
I think they've been asking that for about 15 minutes or so.
You think they got an answer yet?
No, they're still scrolling. I'm trying to figure something out here. They're just reading the most recent Reddit threads, finding the best advice possible.
There it is.
Some liquid Dota, you know, they're going everywhere. They need help. Maybe a little bit of the Dota Twitter. You just put in the hashtag, see what pops up.
Okay.
See if anything will get you out of this precise situation.
There's always a chance, you know? Finding new information. Okay.
Would you say there's about a 4% chance, maybe?
I was gonna go less than that, but is that what it said about it now?
That's what it's saying. I don't know. That's a little generous.
All right, this 4% is right here alongside the tier 2 tower. They are ready to go, but GPK, he knows what's up. Look at this placement. Look at where he's at.
Yeah, he's just got the Aegis too. It's so strong.
Yo, if you're DM, do you jump in and arena it? I think you do. He's thinking about it. Goes in, finds the spear onto one. That's onto Doom. Ghost Stick in some trouble and gonna get the Doom off, but to no avail. They are dead. Everybody's fallen, and I think it's time to call that GG as everybody's done. Virtus Pro, just no mercy.
Oh, well, I don't know. They have the storm. They said, you know what, we can still clear waves. There's still something here.
We'll see about that one. They do a buyback on the Doom, but no abilities at the moment. Empire holding on as long as possible. Jumps there onto the Weaver. Turnaround, BKB out. DM keeping his buddies alive.
When the 4 Weaver just forces your BKB with their Orchid, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, good blink away. But then the jump, no BKB for Storm. Has to play it super safe. With the violent lines to throw out there, which you love to see.
He's ending careers right now with this Undying.
It's unbelievable. DM jumps in. GG finally gonna get called. And man, Coda with his, I think, first performance here in a pro match, if I'm not mistaken, absolutely shows out. Secures the lane, secures the game. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to come and look flashy on